Hi Kutties, hello friends, welcome to our channel Kutty's Story. Today we are going to see about the Simeli mountain story. The story is very interesting. Come to watch the story. Simeli mountain. Once upon a time there lived two brothers. One brother was rich while the other one was very poor. Yet the rich brother was very miserly and did not offer any kind of help to his poor brother. He was not a charitable person, so he never helped anyone in need. The poor brother earned his living by trading corn. However, it did not fetch him enough money. There were even times when his wife and children would go to sleep without any food. One day, when the poor brother was walking through the forest with his wheelbarrow, he reached a big mountain. He started at it because although he had been on this forest path earlier, he had never seen the mountain before. He suddenly saw the 12 strong and huge man coming towards him. He thought that they were robbers, so he hid his wheelbarrow behind nearly bush. He then climbed a tree and watched the man from there. The 12 men went to the big mountain and cried, Semsi mountain, open up. Immediately the mountain opened up in the middle of the 12 men walked right through it. Once they were all inside, the mountain closed on its own. After some time, they come out with heavy sacks. After all them were outside, they shouted again, Semsi mountain, shut yourself. The mountain closed by itself at once. Now it looked like any normal mountain. The poor brother was utterly surprised. First, he waited until all the 12 men had left. Then he quickly climbed down the vent towards the mountain. Then he shouted, Semsi mountain, open up. The mountain opened and he entered. It closed the moment he was in. Inside, the poor brother saw that the whole mountain was full of gold, silver, pearls, diamonds, jewels, and precious stones. Now he was confused. He did not know whether he should take the riches. He was scared to getting caught since the jewels did not belong to him. Finally, he gathered courage and filled his pocket with some gold. After he came out, he said, Semsi mountain, close yourself. And the mountain closed. He then took his wheelbarrow and went home. The poor brother was relieved to extremely happy now. He would not have to worry about feeding his family anymore. He could also live an honorable life. His wife and children were also very happy with the sudden shower of gold of their lives. All of them were well carried. The poor brother built a beautiful house and he lived happily with his family. The family was also very generous and helped the poor. When all the gold was spent, the poor brother would borrow a measuring weight from his rich brother. He would take it to Semsi mountain and bring more gold. He took an amount of gold that was equal in weight to that of the small measuring weight. He was not greedy to take home too much of the treasure. He was satisfied with the small amount of gold which was sufficient to help his family and those who were needy. However, when the poor brother started borrowing the measuring weight frequently, the rich brother became very curious. He was jealous of his poor brother's sudden wealth. Therefore, he decided to find out what he did with the measuring weight and why he is borrowing it so often. One day, When the poor brother came to borrow the measuring weight, the rich brother screamed to pass with pitch, a thick black substance that makes objects stick to the very firmly. When the poor brother went to the mountain and weighted gold, a piece of the precious metal stuck to the pitch under the measuring weight. After bringing home the gold, the poor brother returned the measuring weight to his brother. When the rich brother noticed a small piece of gold sticking to the pitch, he immediately went to his brother's house and asked him, "What have you been using the measuring weight for?" The poor brother replied, "I used to weigh corn and barley." The rich brother then showed him the piece of gold sticking to the measuring weight and said, "If you do not tell me the truth, I will take you to the court and tell everyone that you are a thief. Now tell me who you robbed to get so much wealth." The poor brother was scared to being called a thief. He was worried about his family and the many poor people who depend on his charity. So he told his brother all about the mountain and the 12 strong thieves who earned it, and how they returned with sacks full of treasure from the mountain. He then revealed the name of the mountain and also how to open it. The rich brother, who was greatly and jealous, set off to the mountain in hostel. We wanted to outshine his brother and get more riches. When he reached the mountain, he cried, Samsi mountain, open up." The mountain promptly opened and he went inside. He could not believe his eyes. When he saw the treasure, he was so confused that he did not know what to take and what to leave. He tried to fill his pockets with the many precious stones as possible. Then he filled several sacks with gold, pearls, and jewels. After that, his rich brother decided to get out the mountain, but he was so fascinated by the treasure that he forgotten the name of the mountain. He thought for a while and finally said, Simeli mountain, open up." But the mountain did not open because this was not its correct name. Now the rich brother was frightened. Terrifying thoughts crossed his mind. He remembered what his brother had said about the 12 thieves. He wondered how many days he would have to remain shut inside this mountain. What if the thieves told everybody about him that took him to court? Even though he was sitting in the midst of the worst, treasured, the rich brother could not make a slightest use of it. All his efforts to get out of the mountain were futile. Some time later, the mountain opened and the 12 thieves came in. They saw the rich brother and laughed wickedly. They said, "Ha ha ha, at last we have caught you. Do you think we don't know about your previous visit? We could not catch you before, but now we have. You will not get out of this mountain alive." The rich brother cried, "Please spare me. I am not the person who come here before. That was my brother." He begged them to let him go. He pleaded for mercy, but the 12 thieves did not listen to him. They cut off his head. Thus, the greed of the rich brother destroyed him. Since the poor brother was level headed and would take only what was required, he was never caught. He continued to lifelong life of wealth and charity. Yes, the story end. Yes, the story was over. You like the story? Please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.